been a disabled person only very recently, since about 2 years. And I live here in Monteverde Vecchio, as they call it, and that is a hilly area. So when I came back after my accident from the Netherlands, a completely flat country already, I knew I was going to face some major difficulties just because of the contour of this place. A typical problem that has been internationally known for Rome is the many buche, the many holes, and it's not just in the street. If you go around my neighborhood, you would find many of the sidewalks have big holes. The dangers in the traffic and all the problems of people parking, as they say here, in double lines. And so if you're in a wheelchair, you have to zigzag around the cars. That is not necessarily the most safe way of going around. So maybe it's good to let my wife come in, Annalisa, who has been my companion all through my life, but more importantly in these 2 years and all the experience that she accumulates with me or through me.
It's a new experience, let's say, in the last 2 years. There's been quite a storm in adapting and reacting to the new challenges in front of us that put us even closer. Now we need to, our world and our universe become a bit smaller because there are fewer places where you can easily access, where you can easily go. So we need to be selective where to go. And so before, of course, when you have no disability, you can go anywhere, you have no limits, you can do whatever you like most. In this new situation, your options are becoming much less. And even in the neighborhood, you know where you go, you have your targeted choice where to go. I know that as a wife, I am considered to be a caregiver. I never perceive myself as a caregiver, but I am perceived as a caring lover. And of course, it's a lot of attention because so far Willem never went out by himself alone. You feel that you are not independent. Neither of us is in fact independent in our own life.
Yeah, maybe one characteristic that most tourists will remember are the famous San Pietrini, you know, the stones. You would call them in another country cobbled stones, which are basically the characteristic of the center of Rome, which is in a certain way beautiful. It gives an old feeling. But the problem for us in a wheelchair is that these stones get easily disrupted, and so you would find holes or space is created, and when you're driving with these tiny wheels, you can get stuck. And as nobody sees it who is pushing you, you may slide in front out of your wheelchair. And so that's a thing that I don't think even it's just for wheelchair people, it's just in general for people who have difficulty walking. You can easily make a misstep because of the cobbled stones not being so well aligned.
And even I would say for the caregiver, it's not easy. So I'm always under stress,
yeah, no,
and he feels it. So it's not good for us, for our love, because definitely I get stressed. And so all this very unpleasant situation, now we are laughing because it's, not afterward you laugh about those type of things, but it's just giving that stress that it's not nice to live with those type of feelings. Yeah, I think in terms of transportation, it's probably the mobility is the way, where everybody with disabilities say mobility is there was recently a work done in the neighborhood with a wonderful view, and they put the 3 steps there, so I can easy go and have this bell view and look what the magnificent scenario of Rome looks like, but not Willem so easily. So it's strange that today still there are steps, or there are public buildings with steps. I don't see why. You can easily avoid to be not making steps.
Any new building or old building will need to make the facilities available that enable a person in a wheelchair or with difficulty to walk as easy to get in as a person who walks on his 2 feet and legs. And so that in Rome I don't think is at all the norm. It is there sometimes, but that's more a surprise than that it's the rule.
Everywhere, and so I think this is quite of an experience that I found there should be a mindset change in the people thinking of the public spaces. In Rome, there is not the minimum effort to make a city livable for all. And so if there's anything we can do to improve the situation, that would be something that I would definitely fight for.